I have sleep apnea.
I have sleep apnea.
I have sleep apnea, and this is my story. I'd always enjoyed spending time with my family and friends. But for several years, I barely had the energy to carry on a conversation. I was just so tired all the time. It felt like the world was moving at a faster pace than I was, and I couldn't keep up. It was awkward, to say the least. I no longer wanted to be around other people. I felt very alone. Work was going really badly. I just couldn't concentrate on what I needed to get done. No matter how much coffee I drank, I was always sleepy. It was a struggle to stay awake during meetings and phone calls. I was worried I would lose out on a promotion, or maybe even lose my job.
Could you take care of that right away, please?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I will. My loud snoring was affecting my marriage. And it wasn't just snoring. My wife said I would frequently choke and gasp for air. She was afraid I would stop breathing. But she was also really upset because all the racket I made kept her from getting the sleep she needed. It got to the point where she didn't want to share a bed with me. I knew I had to do something or my marriage would be over.
I was so tired, I fell asleep twice at the wheel.
It was getting scary. I had no idea what was wrong.
I didn't know what was happening, but I had to do something. I spoke to my primary care doctor, and he referred me to a doctor qualified in sleep medicine.
It's going to get diagnosed if you do have it.
I met with the sleep physician and described the problems I was having to her. She said it sounded like obstructive sleep apnea, a very common and highly treatable disorder.
And that sleep study will tell us more about your interrupted sleep.
Your body undergoes many physiological changes during sleep, including ones that affect your breathing. Particularly when you sleep on your back, the soft palate sags and the tongue relaxes and slides back, which can partially obstruct the upper airway. When the obstruction is severe enough to decrease the amount of air reaching the lungs, it is called a hypopnea. If the upper airway collapses, blocking the airflow by 80% or more, it is called an apnea. Hypopneas and apneas last 10 seconds or more and can greatly reduce the amount of oxygen in your blood despite your continued efforts to breathe. The most common and noticeable symptom of sleep apnea is loud chronic snoring. During an apneic episode, there is an increase in the level of carbon dioxide in the blood. This buildup triggers a defense mechanism in the brain, which jolts the body into resuming normal breathing. Usually, the person doesn't fully awaken, but merely rouses long enough to regain control of the muscles of the upper airway. The problem becomes serious when these interruptions occur so frequently that they rob you of restorative sleep.